Uh, I was about to say good morning, but it's noon o'clock, so it's technically afternoon, right? So good midday slash afternoon. Maybe it's good morning wherever you are. My name is Elise Beck, and I'm so glad you're joining us for our regular Tuesday live here today. Please let me know where you're joining us from in the comments and say hello. And I see Nancy's here already. Nancy knows what to do. Let me go and share Nancy's comment. So I changed it to black background for our comments because it's Halloween. Well, just to make it a little festive. So Nancy's from Amherst, New York. A bit of icy precipitation. Oh, wait, Nancy, are you getting snow there today? Because it was cold here in California this morning too. It's like in the 60s, so I had to bust out my winter jacket. So the Viking in me is long gone. Let's just put it that way. I don't know how I walked out during like recess in t-shirt in like mid-winter in Sweden. That's just bonkers now that when I think about it. Hello, Zaza! And Lucy's here. Oh, Lucy, you made it. It's nice and cooler where you are too, right? Love it. See, Nancy's like, it's cold. Ugh. Let me just check. It was giving me an error message about not streaming to Facebook. So let me just check real quick that we're live inside the EPP Society. Let's see. Oh, so what's everyone doing for Halloween tonight? Will you have a lot of or did you have trick or treaters come this weekend already? I think they celebrate early, like when it's on the weekday like this, right? It's 45 degrees there, Lucy. That is just bonkers. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm live inside the Facebook group. I see myself there. Let's see. Let me pin myself to the top. Let's see. It's a little slow. Yeah, I think when it's cold, the internet slows down too. Just my excuse. Let's see, pinned to featured. Yeah, and Facebook keeps on changing too, so it doesn't have the. I don't think it shows the featured post for everyone. So hopefully it's working. And then I should be live on English Paper PC as well. Let's see. Hello. Let's see. Savannah Stitcher. Yes, you are. Yay. Hello. Let's see. English paper piecing. Where am I? Let's see. English paper piecing. There we go. There's my page. What say you? Am I live? Oh, am I live here too? Yes. And put that. I don't think I can pin it on a page, right? Okay, well, it's there. So, if I don't see, everyone's from YouTube today. Hello, I love that. Maybe the thing in the Facebook group didn't go out soon enough. It's been an interesting day. So I actually left the coaching call early today too because it was going long. But usually Tuesdays are busy days, and I didn't even have a chance to dry my hair. It's like, ooh, frizzy palooza. Hello. But it's okay. We'll just hide it behind, let it dry so I don't catch a cold later. Let's see here. And yeah, what is the deal with candy corn? So, first time I ever tried candy corn, it's like, I wasn't a fan, and then ever since then, I don't like it. I don't want to eat it, but people love it. What is it about candy corn that everyone loves? So Lucy said the trunk or treat events were Saturday, but the trick or treaters will be out in force tonight. Oh yeah, I hope the kids dress warm because it's gonna be cold. Oh, it's 2 degrees Celsius, Susan. That is cold. That's almost freezing. Ooh, 7 in Scotland, 44 degrees Fahrenheit. That's bonkers. Hi, Rhonda. Sonia. Hello. It's 40 degrees where Nancy is. Oh, it's easier to sign up. I don't know, Facebook. Nah. It shows you when it wants to, when it feels like it. And Lucy loves candy corn. So you have to explain what is the flavor? Is it the flavor you love or just the sweetness or the texture? I'm gonna get you some good European candy for you to try, Lucy. Have you been to? I think there might be one up north. It's called sockerbit, means sugar cube. It carries all the traditional, well, not traditional, all the Swedish candies I used to grow up with. It's like a little boutique candy shop. Yeah, it's a little boutique. It's a little overpriced, but when you can only find it at one shop, what can you do? So there's one in Beverly Hills if you're in the LA area by Farmers Market on 3rd Street by Beverly Plaza. So good. Listen, flavor is just the sugar she wants. Okay, fine. Uh, oh, Nancy says you have to be in the mood to eat candy corn. Oh, that makes sense. And now it says my internet connection's not fast enough. I hope the quality is coming through okay. Oh, it's rainy where you are, Robin. Hope you're staying nice and warm inside and dry. Yes, yay. Oh, and Susan says some people just like the taste of it. Okay, maybe I'll give it another try one day if there's no other candy to eat. And Zaza says European sweets candy is so much nicer. I have to concur, Zaza. I agree. And I think everyone that hasn't had a chance to try it is missing out. It's just a richer, deeper flavor, if that's the way to explain it. Yeah, yeah. The candy doesn't have a whole lot of. Well, when I grew up, didn't have the corn syrup in it. It's actually like good sugar in it. It's sugar good, but it tastes different, right? Yeah. Let's see. Quality is okay. All right. Yeah, he said that it lowered the streaming quality for me because for some reason the internet speed is slowing down. Although I'm connected. We had landline, so well, we'll go with it. And Rhonda says, "Just give me all the chocolate." Yes, chocolate sounds good. So I had an idea. You guys know that I've been cleaning up my studio sub, and then I found like all these goodie fabrics I totally forgot about. It's terrible. So I'm gonna switch camera. Let's see. Oh yeah, we don't need to see this mess. Hello. But look, I have this. How cute is this? I totally forgot about it. Let me maybe zoom in some. There we go. I forgot I had this. And you know how we're continuing to talk about the. Let's see. Where am I? No, let's do. Oh, that one. Much better. So remember, we're going to continue talking about the quilt as you go templates, right? Because that's where we started last week. So I fiddle with the different ways of finishing it off, and then I just put it to the side. And I found all these fabric that's totally fussy cuttable. So I got the center of the rectangle here. Or I could even go with the center, if I can find it. And I was in a few laser grips, because remember how it's hard for you to see the actual lines that I'm trying to refer to. So they told me to light it up. So I was like, oh, light it up. So we can do that. I don't know if this will help you see this a little bit better. See the etchings here now better if I light it up close to it. So the inside of the rectangle and square and the hexagon, not the outer border like this, right? So the inside piece actually has engraved lines on it. So you'll see a solid line first, and then you see the dashed lines here, right? So the solid line, that's the equivalent of the part that's going to be covered by your seam allowance here, the faux binding, right? That's made by bringing the back to the front. So if you're fuzzy cutting and you want to make sure that it shows in the center of your piece, you want to make sure that it's somewhat inside the first outer solid line here, okay? And then you have dashed lines that you can line up anything that you want to fuzzy cut, okay? Let's turn that sucker off. So I found this fabric totally fussy cuttable with the 2.5-inch square or the 2.5 by 5-inch rectangle, or even the 2.5-inch hexagon, right? You could always fit that into. You can see my fingers along the shape. Oh, Susan found a British store not far from you. Oh, you love British food. Yum. Love that. And Nancy said, my mom worked at Fowler's Chocolate until I was born over 65 years ago. Whoa, that's so awesome. And Rhonda's, I prefer chocolate too. Has better flavor. Circus peanuts. Wait, what are circus peanuts, Lucy? And Zaza says that is super cute. And Zaza said, I saw a ruler on YouTube that lights up like that. Yes. Share it. Oh, a ruler. Oh, I don't know about ruler. But so do you guys have seen those night lights, right? Because I was complaining inside the not complaining, but asking all the laser cutters if they had any tips for helping me so that you can see all these nice engraved lines here, right? So if I angle it, you can see it. See all those lines, but it's hard for me to demo anything. So, but then there are night lights that you can buy if you go to Amazon. And then basically they just have these etchings on, and then it goes in a stand. And the stand has lights in it, so you can get rainbow colors, or if you have a particular color you like, you can just keep it on that color. And it just lights up the whole acrylic in that color, and the engraved lines show up better. So they're like, yeah, try a light to show the engraved lines. I was like, oh, I can do that. And it works. It shows up better. But like I was saying, if you have a fabric stash that you've been like saving for the longest time, or you haven't had a chance to go through your fabrics lately in the past 6 months or a year or whatever, maybe now is a good time to kind of go through it and see what you can fussy cut with these templates, right? And I was thinking, someone mentioned they wanted to do a sew along, or no, like some type of activity together in the EPP Society Facebook group, right? So whether you decide to do with these templates or not, I think that could be a fun idea if you want to do fussy cutting your stash. So that whole point is using up your fabric that you have, you know. But you know, you're always welcome to buy more. So then I've also found, I bought this like kitty fabric like I don't know how long ago, but it's totally fussy cuttable too. Like fussy cut like a little kitty in the square, it fits in perfect. I think that would be super cute too. Oh, Susan, even on a dark fabric, it won't show. So it's just with the lighting. It shows a little better, but see, it's not super clear. Like that. It shows a little bit better. But yeah, no, yeah, maybe I could hold it up like this at an angle. So do you see the first solid line? And then you see the dashed lines. And then you see my ceiling fan in the reflection. It's hard to angle it where it doesn't show. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's a good angle. Yeah. So you get lots of opportunity to center this on your motif so that it's fussy cut right smack in the center of your little block there. Here we go. And I'll know this will show because it's within the solid lines, which is where the binding will cover up to here, right? Like so. Even if it doesn't come all the way, but that's just kind of what you want to keep in mind so that your print that you're centering your piece around, that it'll show completely. Let's see. And Circus peanut candy is banana flavored, orange colored peanut shaped candy. Oh. Banana flavored, orange colored peanut shape. That is really interesting. Had to read that like twice. I've never heard of circus peanuts. I don't think I've ever seen it either. Do they sell it in the supermarket? That'll be interesting. Now I gotta go look for it just so I can see if I can try it. But I'm feeling I might probably not like it. Let's see here. All right. So last week we just ended where I showed you easily how you could finish off. Let me zoom in a little bit. How you could easily finish off your pieces, right? Binding. But then I asked the EPP club members on our EPP social. Oh yeah, that helps too. Yeah, Lucy says used washable marker to put markings on my template to make it easier for my old eyes to see sometimes. Yes. So all the etchings on my templates, they're always on the back. Can you hear my fingernails are going over the etching? So they're on the opposite edge. Well, you'll know that they're on the back because you'll be able to read the word or names, right? So on top, you won't have any etchings. That's where I would mark with like what are they called? Dry erase markers. That would be totally fine. You can mark over here. I wouldn't go inside on the etching on the opposite side because then it'll probably get absorbed by the acrylic. So on top, it's totally erasable where you don't feel the etchings. See how my nails are just going over it and you can hear anything? Whereas if I go over here, can you hear it? And that's the back side. Yes, and then you can just wipe it off with, baby wipes, whatever's. So dry erase markers are awesome. So last week, I just showed you folding up easy, but then like I was saying on the EPP Club Social, we're talking about and asked, well, would you want to see how to actually make these mitered corners? Because that might actually look, cleaner, right? And then I played with some semi big stitch quilting because Lucy mentioned one negative side effect of doing these little quilt as you go blocks, individual blocks, is that when you actually after you put them together, the batting inside and the fabric, because it's not all secured, the batting will clump up if you wash it or something, right? And I was like, oh yeah, that really makes a lot of sense. And that's the last thing I would want for a project that I spend so much hand sewing and hand piecing together, right? So then I thought, well, how do we just, solve that issue? Then we could just do the big hand stitch quilting and even skip the appliquing of the edge, right, to the fabric here and just do big stitch quilting right away. And then do not laugh, I was experimenting. The back is not pretty. But I'm gonna show you anyways. Okay, so first I played with just randomly pulling it through and see how like some stitches show and some don't. It's like, it looks like it's skipped. Although up top it looks fairly even, right? For an experiment. Like I could live with this, but this would probably honestly bother me, but it's not half bad, I know. And then I thought, okay, what if I actually poke it through and then come back up, poke it through, come back up instead of what's it called? Instead of bloop bloop bloop. What the hey? What's the word? Instead of rocking my needle. Okay. Oh my god. I swear, like my brain can't keep up. So instead of rocking my needle like I did here, and that I actually might end up with the skipped step there. I'm sure you guys are better than me at hand quilting, but so it takes a little practice. I tried just poking it all the way, like punch, 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 up, and then I can get it to look more even up on the back. But I could live with this because it's much faster. So then that way it wouldn't move. And I see Lucy has a suggestion here. Barbara! Hello! So glad you're here! And I can see your name from Facebook too, because you gave Ecamm Live permission for me to see your name. Yay! Hope you've been doing well, Barbara. I think we missed you last week, right? Oh, and Susan said you could just tie it. Absolutely, yes. And Lucy said you can stitch together using a blanket stitch or the fancy stitch with your machine. Personal choice. Yes. So if you don't want to do completely hand pieced, whoops. This is supposed to be dynamic. Dynamic my butt. Okay, now it disappeared. If you want to do with your machine, yes, do it too. Because especially if you have those fancy sewing machines that have like a gazillion different pretty stitches, why not, But if you just want to do a completely hand piece, this is an option too. And even though the back might not be so pretty, but like honestly, who's going to look at the back? We're all going to focus on the front anyhow, right? So I thought that's an idea. Oh, and Sasa says, when I did it before, I machine stitched around the edge to hold it. Oh. Wait, so did you applicate first, Sasa, and then machine stitch, or just go straight to machine stitching so you don't even have to hand stitch it? Do share with us in the comments. And Barbara said, I keep forgetting to show up, but I always catch up after the fact. Oh, we're just glad that you're here live with us, though. Yay! Let's see. Trying to scroll up, make sure I didn't miss anyone. And you guys, can I tell you a secret? Remember, I shared, I think it was a while ago, I shared like I had like 500 million billion emails on my email account. So yesterday I deleted like over 50,000 emails. I think that deserves a little applause. Yes, over 50,000 email deleted. Whoo, gave me a little anxiety because I was like, what if I'm missing on a good email or important email? But if I haven't read it by now, I'm sure someone will get back to me if they have to, right? That's my logic. Yeah. Oh, and Sasa said just machine stitching, so skipping the hand stitching altogether. Yeah, that's a good idea. So if you want to do with your machine, go ahead and do it with the machine. Or if you just want to keep it completely hand piece, this is an option too. And this is a perfect excuse for you to, for this, I just used double of 40 weight thread from Cosmo. This one is 40 weight. I believe it is 40 weight. Yes, it's 40. Oop, there we go. Zoom in. It's 40 weight Sumugi thread from Cosmo. There we go. And this, because it's 40 weight, it's a little thicker, right? And I just doubled it up and stitched these to get little accent red thread stitch lines going there. Let's see. And Barbara said, if the back was busy fabric, you would be able to cover up any boo-boos. Yes! So I'm like, I kicked myself for picking a solid. But even if your stitches are not completely perfect, that is totally fine. And like Barbara suggested, if you pick a busier or printed fabric for the back, no one's going to be able to tell. Okay? So that is super good idea. Yes, for deleting all the emails, right? Yeah. Yes, it had to be done because it was just driving me crazy. But I got another to delete. Beep. And we have a Facebook user here. I'm thinking it's from are you in the EPP Society group? Or are you joining us from, let's see, from the English paper piecing page? Let me just go and make sure real quick. And then internet slows down again. It's terrible. Oh, I think you're joining us from the English paper piecing page because I don't see a comment in the society. If you look up top of the live where the video is, you'll see eCam Live is asking you to give it permission. And for those of you joining me from Facebook, look how like this, Barbara's, I can see it's Barbara joining because she gave eCam permission. And Facebook user, good morning. I cannot see the name because you haven't given eCam permission. You can always do that later too, and I'll share the link again. So, like I was saying, let's do mitered corners. It's just a slightly different folding technique. It takes a little more time, but I think it's worth it. Let me just undo this because I was playing around with it. What's the easiest way to show the process? So if you want to get these pretty mitered corners, you want to make sure that you do two sides first and then the second set of sides later, right? So whether you do the square or rectangle, decide if you want to do the fold over the long sides first and then do the short side, or do the short sides first and then the long side. Doesn't matter. Just do them as opposite sets. So for this one, means that I've done the long sides first, and that gives me the short side left over, right? And then we just have this like so. So then you just want to make sure you fold in your little edge corners like that. Kind of like when you wrap gifts. So if you like to wrap gifts or if you like to fold our origami, this will come super easy to you. So we had our edge like that. So we want to fold in the little corners like so. And the thing that you want to look out for, since this is not completely flat, like when we do paper folding, right? It has a little weight, has a little loft to it because of the batting in between and the top fabric, right? So you want to make sure that your fold, let me point here, fold is a little bit away from the edge here. You're folding a little bit from the edge. If you go too close, you're just going to end up folding over the edge here. And then you're going to get a little funky, you're not going to get a crisp corner, mitered corner there, okay? So you want to fold the little triangle here, corner, a little bit away from the actual edge to make room for the fact that there's a little height to the batting, okay? And same on this side, like so. And then fold over, and again, don't go all the way into the edge. Leave a little bit of a gap between the fold, where it's actually going to fold. So between each edge here, you want to leave a slight gap. And that is to accommodate for the loft or the height of the batting that's in between. And then we fold it over, and we get our perfect mitered corner like so. Like that. Let me hold it up. And if it's not lining up, just unfold it and fold it back up again. And so that you get that perfect mitered corner. Super pretty, right? So this will obviously look much neater and prettier than just folding it up like this and getting your just square corners. But you can do it this way too if comes easier to you, like so. So there's no right or wrong way. I've always loved mitered corners. They look so pretty, especially on borders too, on pieced borders when they're mitered, just like, oh, like someone went through the extra step to actually miter the fabric. It just makes me happy, like that. And let's see. And then Evelyn says, loving these little EPP blocks. Definitely going to try this technique. Yes. And for everyone that's done the hexagon mug rug workshop too, you've done this already with the mug rugs that we did, right? But those were bigger, but we used the backing to fold forward to use as a self-binding mug rug project. So you already have experience. So if this is just smaller, so it's a little fiddlier, but yeah, anyone can do it. Like Susan said, that's not too hard. Just getting used to it and just remembering have that slight little gap between the inside fabric and where you fold the raw edge towards it. Don't go all the way up like when you're folding paper, because you need to accommodate for that height of the batting that's in between. So that when you fold it over, so since it's not completely flat, right? It has that little, it's like a millimeter or so thick, maybe 2 millimeters, 1.2, 1.5 millimeter. So that's what we're accommodating for by leaving that slight gap between the edge here and the edge of the inside fabric. See how they don't touch completely? You don't want, let me try fold it. You don't want it butted up like that, up against it. You want a little gap. And then when you fold it up, it'll look really, really pretty and neat. And you get those perfect mitered corners right there. All right. And then I can hold it down. And I could just hold the corners down as I go around. And hand stitch it with big stitch quilting. You could even do bigger stitches, I think, yeah. I was just experimenting if I could double up 40 weight thread and still have it show, give it a little definition. But even pearl cotton would be pretty too. But pearl cotton is a little harder to get through, and these are a lot of layers. It's 1, 2, 3, four layers of fabric and one layer of batting. So pearl cotton might give you a little too much resistance on your hands and make you tired. So I would definitely try quilting thread, hand quilting thread, because it has more of a gloss or shine to it, right? So it'll glide through easier than pearl cotton. But definitely experiment with both. And oh, hello, Wendy! A late hello from Iowa. We're so glad you made it. Yay! And happy Halloween! Is anyone in the costume? I wish I could see you all. Let's see. Let's see if I missed anyone. Uh, 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 uh. Let's see. I think I got everyone. Okay. Any questions? Let me know. So I tried the poking method. Just poke all the way through. Come back up. Poke all the way through. Come back up. Or you can just opt for rocking your needle. Like so. Oh, I know I just missed it back there. There we go. And just pulling it through. So you got options. And Sasa says, I like 28 weight or 30 weight thread to quilt. It's much easier on your hands. Yeah, I mean, pearl cotton looks pretty, but I agree. I think thread has that, it's mercerized, right? Yeah, that's it has the mercerized effect on it, so it glides through your fabric easier. God, let's see. And Wendy just put on my flannel shirt. Chilly in our basement. It's snowy outside. Oh, can you share a photo later? I can't wait to see. I wonder if we'll get any snow here where I am this year. Remember last year I got snow? It was crazy. And Lucy said, with hexes, it's easy to get quilt as you go mitered corners. It's the same process as basting them for the most part, going around from one edge to the next edge. Yes, yeah, hexes is much easier. I think you just keep on folding. But yeah, I think doing this, then you don't have to worry about your layers shifting when you wash it, or just take it to your machine if you rather machine sew, and or use a busy fabric so you don't see the back. Okay. Look, I don't hand quilt that often either, but and I've done it on some projects, and usually I'll do it on like little wall hangings, but I don't go all the way through the back anyways, because I know I'm not gonna wash something that's hanging on a wall, right, for as decoration. But yeah, for this, if it's gonna be turned into a washable project, I would definitely wash it. I mean, secure all the layers together somehow by hand or by machine, your choice. And then we had a question about how to sew these together. So I experimented with a few different stitches to see what would look nicer. Ladder stitch and whip stitch. And let's do it red threads just so that we have higher contrast. And Zaza, did I show you? I got the little dinky one too. Oh, a sharp little sucker. But it's light, so even if I drop it, at least it won't like pierce my foot. That was just crazy with the big one that I got. And pick up my glasses because I can't see what I'm doing. Let's see. Yep, there we go. Never mind. Chop that off. Good grief. And now, of course, because I'm live, it's not gonna go through. Go through, dare you. I'm gonna lick my thread. Because I think sometimes that's magical. And of course, it's still not gonna work. I'm gonna try the other end. It's Halloween curse, I tell you. Let's see. Ah, there we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Ta-da! Okay, let me put my glasses back on. And I'm just gonna do a single thread to sew my pieces together. And put the end here. I'm just gonna wrap it around my finger and roll it off to get a knot. Roll it off. There we go. And pull. It's gonna look like a little crazy bird nest, but that's okay. So you don't want a big honking thing like this. Let me do it again for you. Since this is a thicker thread, I'll just roll it once off my finger. And then I get a smaller knot. There you go. I just did a single twist around my finger and then roll it off. And then you get a more manageable knot like there, right there. Okay. Let's see. Snow's not sticking, just flurries blowing sideways. Oh, that's the best kind of snow. Yay. Makes you just want to like curl up, right? With a cup of something hot tea, hot coffee, whatever. And enjoy watching the snow and work on something fun. Don't drop them. They will go into your foot. Oh, even the little suckers? Did I tell you I dropped this one? Not pretty words came out of my mouth. So I'm just gonna imagine that I finish this side. Let's put this two together. Let's see the different angle. Do we want this side? Yeah, let's do this side. So just like when we do hexies, I'm just gonna put the right sides together. I'm gonna start in the corner. Oops. And then I'm wondering, Lucy, have you tried machine, or Lucy or Sasa, have you all tried machine stitching these together too with those decorative stitches by butting up the pieces and just stitching them? Kind of like when you do Franken batting. Have you tried that? I wonder if that would work. I have a feeling it would work, right? You could just do a decorative stitch to stitch these together in the machine too if you don't want to hand stitch. But we're gonna do hand stitching on this. I'm just gonna leave my little tail for now, but you could definitely bury it inside the backing here, right? So that you don't see it. So we can start off with just doing good old whip stitch. And if you have matching thread color, obviously your stitches are not really gonna show, right? I'm just doing red thread so you can just see whip stitch effect. And then I'll do ladder stitch on the second half of this piece too. So you can see the difference. So I'm just gonna whip it good. Keep on going. And I can't believe it's November. And I'm going to tell you something else funny. So this weekend, I thought daylight savings time ended because my Google Calendar said so. But yeah, it was the daylight savings date for Europe, not the US. And I was like, oh, I should be feeling refreshed because I got an extra hour sleep. And I was like, wait a minute, something's off. And then realized it was daylight savings time for my Swedish calendar. Good grief. So that's the whip stitch. Can you see the stitch marks right there? So imagine if it was pink thread, you wouldn't really see it, right? And let's try ladder stitch. I went a little over the half, but oops, oh well. So ladder stitch, everybody knows what a ladder stitch is. Yes, yes. So basically, let's see, I need a little piece of paper. I've done this. Oops. So ladder stitch, we're gonna go like this between your two fabric pieces. Here's one fabric edge and here's the other fabric edge. So we're gonna alternate, right? And let's see how that turns out here, and so that we can compare. I definitely think that the whip stitch will be stronger, but I think it'll depend on how big a gap is in between your ladder stitches. And so you obviously don't want to make them too wide. I'm gonna do a little less than 1/8 of an inch. Let's try that. See how it looks. Let's see. Like so. And we're almost at the edge, and then we can compare how the two stitches look side by side. Let's see. Just gonna secure that. Let's just put a little knot on it so it doesn't open up. And then now we can compare. So this is the whip stitch right here. You see the stitches? I said I was going to go halfway. Went a little beyond half. And then we have the ladder stitch here. So you see less of the thread coming through with the ladder stitch. So I did my ladder stitches fairly small, right? Not big, because I don't want a gap when I pull it. Here, whip stitch, we know it's not going to pull. And this is what it looked like on the back. So we got whip stitches, and the ladder stitches won't show. Let's get that up there. So you got options for stitching yours together. Whip stitch is obviously easier, and you don't really need to think about what you're doing. Just whip it like you do when you do regular EPPing. And then ladder stitch, you're going to have to focus a little more on your stitches to make sure that you're going right in the seam allowance, and then you don't see it either on the front or the back. So you have two options. Like so. Wendy says, always put the protected tip on those scissors. Yes. I shall do it now. And are the handles supposed to be like point, point, soft like this? Like that? Because I know my big ones, oh, they're kind of soft too. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Let's see. Oh, and Sasa said, the project I did was all machine stitch. You zigzag stitch them together. Okay, so you just butt them up, right? And do like like when we do Franken batting, that's when I do just zigzag to sew the batting pieces together. That makes sense. And then, hi Deborah! Hello! So glad you made it. And Susan says, we set the clocks back this weekend. I know, right? I thought we were doing it this past weekend. I'm like, oh, yeah. No. So that's what you get for having multiple dates on your, like, following multiple calendars on your main calendar. Dang it. And let's see. And Lucy says, yes, my first attempt at hand stitch. In my second, I machine stitched them. It took about the same amount of time as hand stitching for me. Oh, nice. Love it. So I had to be sure they stayed butted up against each other. Just me. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. When you have them lined up like this, right? When they're butted up. Yeah, if there's a slight gap between them, this is obviously not the right size. If there's a gap when you sew these together like that, it's gonna show up. So you want to make sure that they're boom right next up to each other, right? Let's see. And Sasa said, Lucia was slow doing it on the machine too. Love those handles. They are easy on your fingers. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I just wasn't sure if it was supposed to be like squishy like this. But yeah, I like it. I like this one because my whole hand can just go through it like that. And it's not just like regular scissors, just a few fingers doing all the work. This one, that I like that. And this, because they're tiny and very light. I like the fact that they're super light. Boom, boom. No, I'm not gonna drop it. Let's see. Let me see if I miss anyone here. I think I got everything. So who wants to do something in the group where we are all like sharing as we go? It's not like a hard set you have to do this every week or blah blah blah. But yeah, I was just kind of like excited or inspired by going through my own stash of all the fabrics that I could fussy cut and use for these blocks, right? So we could just do some casual sew along in the group. Let me know if that's something that you would want. And we could even do themed for each week. I think that would be fun. And then, you, of course, you don't have to follow along the theme. You can do your whole own thing too. That's the fun part of sew alongs. You get to do your own thing. And Barbara says, I'll give it a try. Yay! Yes! Love it! Because yeah, I bet a lot of you have a lot of pretty little fabrics that you've been saving for a later date that you might have forgotten about. So I would bust them all out, fussy cut some, so you could bring them all together into a big, scrappy, all your favorites kind of project. Let's see. And then the question comes up, how do we lay these out? I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. Do you guys have any ideas on how to do the layout? I think Susan, was it Susan that I said do it like a brick, like every other square, rectangle, or opposites? Or we could even do square, rectangle, square, and a big square. What? That would be fun. I didn't even think about that. Oh, then you could totally use up all your 5-inch squares, your charm packs. Actually, that would be really fun. Yes. So do like a charm pack size. Let's say the charm pack's here. Ooh, hello. And then you could do rectangle, rectangle, square, like so. Or you can just do, yeah, rectangle, rectangle, square. Lots of different options. And Lucy says, yes, quilt as you go so long would be nice. And would you guys want a theme for the week or something like that, or a theme for the month? Do let me know, because my brain is like on half speed today. And I've even had coffee. Well, I didn't finish it. It always gets cold before I get a chance to finish it. And Nancy, I've been raiding the remnants bin at Joanne Fabrics again. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So I think that would be fun. Should we do something that's themed or like just random? Let's see. I know there's a little lag here, so I'll give it a few seconds for y'all to answer. That's kind of exciting. Yes, Barbara, was it you that had the question about the Lucy Boston? So I know, since I know Barbara took the EPP Academy in the first with the in the first module, you got Lucy Boston templates. I think I included those. Yes, I believe I did. Have you had a chance to print them out? Let me know. And Zaza says random. Nancy Holiday, random from Susan. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, yeah, everyone could definitely decide what they want to do. There's no hard fast rule, but I could announce it, and I'll announce it in the EPP Society group so that we can all participate together. And then I know for those of you that are international, wherever you can get your hands on these templates, just get those, and then we can all get started together. And Sasa said Christmas fabrics would be good. Speaking of, so I don't know. I don't have like super cute Christmas fabrics, I think. Oh no, wait. I did find these. Ugh. So these were like hidden away too. These little holiday mice. And they're holding little gifts. And I could fussy cut these, right? So this is a Christmassy fabric. And then look, I found these ghosts. I got these little ghosts. But now like Halloween's today, so too late for the ghosts. But I could totally do these. Fussy cut these. And then what else did I find? More kitty fabric. I mean, I'm a dog person, so but this kitty fabric was just too cute to pass up. So I could totally fussy cut little kitties. Let's see. And Barbara said, I haven't printed them out and random is good. Okay. I would print out one page so that we can start it and I can show you how to base those next week, Barbara. But just so that you have your templates and you can follow along. And then, good morning from Australia. Hello. Nancy says, cute. It is a cute kitty fabric, right? I couldn't pass this up. I wish they had a doggy version. And if themed, I'd say monthly. I know I couldn't keep up with weekly for long term. Yeah, right? Because I want it to be relaxing, something that's not like stressing people out. And Lucy says I can also skip some weeks, so either way would be fine. Yeah, let me work on like a little content calendar that you can follow along if you want, or you can just do random your own thing if you want to. But then we can have the sew along just live inside the EPP Society Facebook group. So for new members that join, they can just jump in and join us anytime they like as well. My day is going great because I'm here with you all. Yay! Let's see. How are you doing? And who is this? I don't say your name. Oh, Carol Ann. This is Carol Ann. Okay, I just looked inside the Facebook group on my other monitor. Glad to see you here today, Carol Ann. Let's see. Yeah, so Barbara, go ahead and print out your templates. Decide on the size you want. I did give you multiples. Or if you have a Cricut, you can use the SVG file to cut the SVG templates. And then we can definitely do a start the basting process next week so I can show you how to assemble a block. Okay. All right. So we're coming up on the hour. So I'll announce sew along in the group. And do you want me to do a poll too, or do we all just decide here for everybody? If you're live, you get to decide. And if you're not live, you just get to join. Ta-da. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Okay, so Barbara said no poll. Okay, so you all get to decide. So we all decided here already. And random is good. Okay. Maybe I'll just do layout prompts. Ah, you decide. Just decide you're the boss. No, I want everyone to participate and feel like they have a say in this. It just makes it more fun. So, but random looks like random is winning. Yes. And Nancy, you could totally do random holiday if you want. So there's no wrong or right way. And we can get that started. I'll put a post up in the group that will be starting the sew along there casually. And I'll see you next week. Same time, same place, right? What is next week? Next week is November the 7th. Oh my god. So much closer to Christmas. And if you've been waiting for the third annual EPP Advent Calendar, make sure you keep your eyes open for my email that will be going out. And so I'm going to do a pre-sale for everyone that's on my email list first, so you guys can get in at the best deal possible before it starts on December 1st. Ta-da! And it's going to be different from the past 2 years, so it's not going to be the 6-inch block that we based it off for the past two years that I've been doing the EPP Advent Calendar, so it will be different this year. So, but I do not share a layout, and the whole purpose of Advent Calendar is that you don't know what the surprise is when you open each daily window, right? So I'm excited for that. So look out for my email, and if you're not on my email, make sure you subscribe. The link to subscribe should be in the description here, or you can just go to elisebeck.com/subscribe to subscribe. And I will all. Oh, and Lucy says, I like the brick layout idea. Okay, great. And happy Halloween. And I will all see you all next week. And do not eat too much candy. No candy coma. Okay? See you. Bye.